We got another Scream movie. Dakota Johnson's joining the MCU. That 90's show, we have some updates on. And we have another update on the Goosebumps TV series that's coming to Disney+. What's going on, everybody? Let's get started with some Scream news first. With the success of Scream 5, we're now getting a green light for Scream 6. I know this is getting to be a really huge franchise, and I have one concern about that, which I'll address in a second. But let me know down in the comments if you saw Scream 5 and what you thought about it. I want to know. I feel ashamed of saying this. I've not seen it yet. I want to see it. It's just life is just kind of taking over right now. The past couple weeks have been crazy. I haven't been able to get to the movies to see anything, but I'm going to see it very soon. And when I do, I'll let you know my thoughts on it. But I want to know down below if you saw it and if you thought it was any good. Apparently it was, at least to the masses, because they have green-lit Scream 6. And then representatives at Paramount and Spyglass had said, "We are tremendously grateful to the fans around the world who enthusiastically received our film. We can't wait for the audiences to see what Radio Silence writers Jamie and Guy and Project X have in store for our Woodsboro family." Now, as much as I absolutely love the franchise, from beginning to end, even number 4, which I know some people have a problem with, they were good movies. I enjoyed them. And again, I'm very anxious to see this newest one. I'm concerned, though, and I want your opinion on this. Are they dragging out this franchise too far? I don't want to see a good franchise end on a bad note because they tried to stretch it for every dollar they could make rather than ending it on a high note on a good movie. So is there room for another movie here is my question to you. Is Scream 6 going to be a viable film with enough worth to really sit down and enjoy without killing the franchise? So let me know down below, what did you think of the newest movie? What did you think of the idea of continuing this to a number 6? Now, moving on to some MCU news. Dakota Johnson is going to be playing Madam Web in her own solo film. Now, the interesting part about this is that this is going to be the first female superhero movie in the Sony Pictures universe. The second I heard about this, I was a little concerned. Actually, I was a lot of concerned. I don't think it's big enough to validate a movie. I mean, although her character does play a decent role in the Spider-Verse, I don't think it's one that's well known enough to really build on, and I don't know that there's really the audience for it. Now, let me know if I'm wrong on this, but I mean, Madam Web is, I don't want to say she's a second-rate character, but her powers and everything are, I just don't see the intertwining here. I don't see the relevance to making her a major movie. Especially Dakota Johnson, who's a young actress, and Madam Web, who is an elderly woman on life support. So, I don't. One, the casting's a little weird, but then they were also saying that they were going to switch up her origin and switch up her powers and kind of make it in a way that they could do a film with. And it's always sketchy when you're going to change a character's powers. Now, Deadline says that in the comics, Madam Web is depicted as an elderly woman with myasthenia gravis condition, which thus connects her to a life support system that looks like a spider web. Due to her age and medical condition, Madam Web never actually fought any villains. For that reason, sources have stressed it's possible the project could turn into something else. Insiders say that due to her psychic sensory powers, she is essentially Sony's version of Doctor Strange. So now we're actually going to be changing a lot of things about Madam Web, and now she's a Doctor Strange character. I don't know how this is going to work. I really don't think this is going to go over well. Only because it's an MCU movie do I think it's going to make money. Now that MCU is doing a lot of these intertwinings and a lot of connections in and out of other movies, they're somehow going to intertwine Madam Web with another film, whether it be Tom Holland's Spider-Man or Venom or something. They're going to intertwine this with, and it's the only reason it's going to make money, because people are going to feel they need to see it to understand what's going on in another movie. That's the only way I see this making money. I don't want to be skeptical and pessimistic about this, but I never really thought Madam Web to be someone who's worthy of a full movie on her own. So I want you to let me know what you think of Madam Web in her own solo movie. And in the meantime, I'm going to get onto that 90s show, which is actually a 70s show spinoff, and talk about some casting that we now have. Now, if you haven't been up to date on the 90s show, which again, 70s show spinoff, now so we're going to get a whole new group of grungy, and it does say grungy teenagers, with Eric and Donna's daughter, Leah Foreman, being the main focus. Now we have confirmation that Kali Haverda is going to be playing the role of Leah Foreman. Now it's going to be following Leah as she visits her grandparents in Point Place, Wisconsin. Now Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp are going to reprise their roles as Red and Kitty. I think that's absolutely essential in making this film work, or series work. We can't go through this and not have Red call someone a dumbass again. I mean, that was part of the entire show for me, just waiting for Red and his sarcastic remarks. So having them come back to reprise the roles is absolutely paramount for me, I think, in making this a successful series. Now, a few other roles that we have filled in, and I'm going to excuse myself for not being able to pronounce this name. Ashley Ofterhide, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, is going to be playing Gwen, who is a rebellious riot girl. And Mace Cordell is playing Jay, an attempted flirt. We also have Maxwell Ace Donovan playing Nate, who's going to be Gwen's popular older brother. Ryan Doy, I hope that's Doy, D-O-I. I am so bad at pronunciations. As Ozzy, who brings a hefty dose of both sarcasm and loyalty. Then we have Sam Morales, and she's going to play Nate's brainy girlfriend who aches to rebel from her straight-laced image. They're saying the series is going to take place in 1995. And there's going to be a lot of references, a lot of flashbacks, and a lot of things tying into the 70s show, which I'm very excited about. I'm not sure if this one that you've actually watched. If you haven't, definitely go watch the reruns or anything you can find on the 70s show, because it's an absolute riot. If you have seen it, you're definitely going to appreciate this. I'm going to be very anxious to see this. Now, we don't have a release date yet from Netflix on when it's going to come out, so we'll keep an eye on that, and I'll keep you informed. When I find out, I'll be sure to let you know. Now, moving on to another series that I'm excited about, coming out on Disney Plus, is one that we've talked about several months ago, almost a year ago. Goosebumps is getting a TV series. Again, coming out to Disney Plus. I love the Goosebumps movies with Jack Black. I think they're great. It's a different twist to the books. We have all the characters, but we're not actually living each story, so to speak. It's kind of like R.L. Stine's story. This is going to be very similar to that. We had a Goosebumps series years ago. I don't know if you remember this. There was a series years ago, and each episode was from a different book. So like Night of the Living Dummy would get its own episode, and we would relive that book through that episode. And then every episode after that would get another book. So we got a taste of each story in each episode. This series is going to be much like the movies, where it's a big storyline, in essence, of a new group of teenagers who release the creatures from the books, where they go running around town causing havoc, and they got to get them back into the books and save the town. So it's kind of like another spin-off or a third movie in series form, if that makes sense. So I want to know what your thoughts are on that, or if you would rather have a different book per episode. Personally, I think I would want a different book per episode. I want a story of that particular book in each different episode. Now, they're going to stretch this all out into another series, which I just feel like I like this idea. I'm just not sure if I want a third movie. And I feel like that's what this is going to turn into. Another stretched out third movie. But let me know if you like this idea, or if you would rather have each book in each episode, like a different story for each episode. That's how I would like to do it. Obviously, I'm not everybody, and everyone's going to have a different opinion. So I want yours down below, what you think is going to happen with the Goosebumps book. Are you excited for it, or could you care less? Do me a favor, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed the content. Hit that subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already, and bell notification so you know when all these other new videos drop. I'm Kevin, and I'll see you at the concession stands.